Hi everybody, I am Melissa with Pixie Dust Adventures Travel Planners.
And I'm Easton from Easton's Edge.
And today we are on the Celebrity Apex cruise ship. Beautiful, amazing ship, and we want to show you our infinite veranda room. What's an infinite veranda?
It's special.
Stick around for our tour and find out. And then afterward, stay all the way to the end of the video and we are going to show you tips and tricks and little details that we learn about our room during our 7-day voyage on this cruise.
Okay, so now we're at the room, and here's your key. You should pull that up. There they are. This is for you.
All right, everybody, as promised, this is a room tour of our infinite veranda room on the Celebrity Apex. It's so beautiful. Absolutely love the way it looks, all the beautiful light that comes in, and it's just a bright white blob right now, but in a minute you're going to see why. Stay tuned at the very end of this video, because as we stay in this room and throughout our time here, I'm going to take videos of things I learn about the room and that I figure out, and I'll post little tips and tricks and little things I'm going to tell you at the very end of the video. So stay tuned and watch all the way to the end.
So now I'm going to take you around the ship or the room and show you everything. So over here we have some nice decoration, and this light does turn on onto this coral, you could say. I mean, fake obviously, but you can open up the cabinet underneath, tons of storage space. And then you have that shelving over there. Okay. Now over here there's obviously a cupboard, which Mom has put all of her stuff in, and closet. And then you have robes over here, 2 of them. And Mom has her stuff. Of course, you can move in like Mom, or you can just keep your stuff in your luggage throughout the trip and kind of unload it as the trip progresses, like I do. Anyway, and then you have your safe here to store all your valuables in, like your passport, your wallet, some extra cash maybe. Then you have a lot of drawers, which Mom has unpacked into. We keep all of our papers and stuff that we do in here. I think that about does it for the cupboard. Oh, there's an umbrella and a laundry bag here too. So if it's raining, you get an umbrella. Okay. Alright, now moving on over here, you have a couch. Okay, so it's more than just a couch, I guess. It's a nice comfy couch. But you can also maybe put a toddler on the bed. Obviously, it's not going to fit any adult, or I'm 15 and I don't really fit on the bed with a pillow. I mean, look, my legs are hanging off here. Not very comfy. Unlike this bed over here, which is very comfy. You do have an end stand here though. So, ooh, did this open? Ooh, storage. And then you have over here your little end stand, and I have my shoes in the bottom one over there. You have a nice little lamp which turns on, and some charging ports here, USB, and you have the 3-prong outlet. Plus this light here, that turns on all the night lights. So all the dim lights for at night, and obviously that's good because that way when you're in bed you can reach over here and switch them off. Now moving on over here to the actual bed, you have a nice king size bed here, which we believe splits into 2 parts. We do, however, really like this modern decoration, how this almost tile goes all the way down the wall over there and all the way across the ceiling over here to this wall to this big TV, big flat screen TV. So moving back on over here, as you can see, we have our infinite veranda, it's called. And it does shut. These doors close over here. Now you can't see me, but you can hear me. I'm here. Both of these close, and it becomes a nice little sunroom. So perhaps if I'm sleeping in and Mom wants to enjoy the ocean in the morning, she can come on in the sunroom and enjoy some sun and watch the beautiful ocean. There's also a phone here so you can call your attendant, guest services, wake up call, and messages. We don't know what half that stuff is, but hey, you can. We have a remote to turn on TV and another little light, of course, and of course a little end stand there. Now moving back on over to here. Oh, a nice comfy chair to sit in. Maybe do some homework here and watch the ocean. They have to try that out. So you have 2 seats there for, I don't know, whatever, eating dinner perhaps maybe. But the coolest feature in my opinion is maybe asking, what if I want to enjoy a nice cool breeze? How is this a veranda? You can't even see the outside. See, because as you can see, that's glass. It's not open. So, the cool feature here about this floor to ceiling big old window in this room, the entire wall of your stateroom, one of the entire walls of your stateroom is a window, which is really cool. But it's a veranda. Because it opens, which is really cool. I think it opens all the way down to this bar here. Because I thought it was going to be like a big thing there. It doesn't. So it's exactly like your railing or your balcony on a Disney cruise, for example. And as you can hear the ocean. Beautiful. But the sun is really nice here, but you can feel that nice breeze, which is really nice. You can close this back up. You can close that up all the way if it gets hot, and hey, it's really nice because now we have, maybe perhaps if it's raining, we still have this entire part of our stateroom on limits, and you can be relaxing here, but you may be thinking, Easton, now the sun is in your eyes. It's kind of uncomfortable. You don't want the sun all in your room, maybe you want to watch a movie. That's what this is for. Automatic closing curtains, which over here, the switch to the left is right there. And one thing that should be pointed out is that this switch controls the window. And if the window is down, the curtains can't be moved or down. Curtains and the window can't be down at the same time. So if the window is down, curtains need to be up. And when you're when you're pushing the window down, you need to hold down on the button to do that. And as you can see in here, it is now pitch black. As you can't see, I should say. But for the curtains, you just push it once, and as you can see, it just automatically does that. So maybe in here, you can just stop it right there, which is a very nice feature. And of course, the window, like I said, you have to hold down on that one to get it to go. So maybe you want some light in here. You may want to open it halfway. All you have to do, click it once it starts. Okay, that's about lit enough. Just click it again, and as you can see, it stops. So now it's lit up a little bit in here, some light. So let's go ahead and raise these up all the way so we have some nice lighting in the room as we move on to the rest of the tour. So coming on back over this way, you can see a nice desk over here, maybe to do, like I said, homework, or maybe mom works over here, I work over there, vice versa. And you have a nice mirror here right in front of you so you can watch yourself do homework. I'm gonna get distracted easily. But you also have a light, so I guess if you're a girl, I am not, so I wouldn't know anything about this, you can do makeup with light. I don't know if do you need light for makeup?
Yes, you need light for makeup.
Okay, I wouldn't. Anyway, turn that back off, and this is a nice comfy padded chair to do homework or work. Now moving back on over here, you have this electronics charging box, which is really interesting. It's a cool feature, I guess, because as you can see, there's little, oops, sorry, I slapped that, but there's little notches here to run the cords through, so you can keep your room looking sleek while charging. There's not cords jumbled everywhere. And as you can see, some safety equipment such as a face mask. There's mine. And here's Mom. She decided to leave hers in the package for now. And even 2 bottles of hand sanitizer. Those are provided by Apex or Celebrity. Moving back over here, you do see these cups and this water, Alp water, Himalayan, wait, what is it? The French Alps. Fancy water. But unlike the hand sanitizer mask, this is not complimentary. You do have to pay for it. It is a $5.50 charge for the water plus 20% gratuity on your CPass account, which we wouldn't know anything about that. But the bar here, you can see the prices for the bar right here, which, you may be wondering where it is under here. It is considered a bar, get it open, because it does have some alcoholic drinks in it. Some wine, I don't know what that is, I think it's beer or something on the right. But you do have Coke and stuff. That's our water in there, that was not provided. And, of course, you have a lock on there. Maybe you don't want your little ones getting into alcohol, or maybe you just don't want them to get into the Coke or whatever, because you don't want them to charge that to you. Okay. So, moving back on to the paper, here's the prices for everything in that bar. Okay, got a good look at that. You have drawers to store your stuff. I have some stuff, my pajamas crammed in there. But, there's a nice little lamp here as well. And the room service menu, which is what you can order from room service. So, and moving back on to the last part of this room tour, the bathroom. So moving on into the bathroom, you guys can come on in now. So as you can see in the bathroom, it's a big bathroom. Unlike some ships like Disney, it does not have a split bathroom concept. So the toilet and the shower are in the same room as the sink and blah blah blah. So you have some, come on in, some nice features here. You have your soap and your body lotion.
This is a vanity set. It has Q-tips and like a makeup wipes in it.
I'm not very big on using makeup wipes and Q-tips. And a nice modern sink, which I don't know why I had to show you that it runs. It obviously runs. And some washcloths, Kleenex, toilet paper, blah blah blah.
Lots of shelves for storage.
Right, lots of shelves for storage. And of course you have your toilet and a few towels over here. But, in my opinion, the main attraction, which I haven't actually gotten to test yet, I'm kind of excited, is this big old shower with this like spherical door. Really cool door to me. So I'll go ahead and step in here to demonstrate. I'm 5'3". It's a pretty good sized shower. Might be a little small for someone like my dad, who's like 6 feet. So, but I think you can adjust this somehow. I'm not gonna turn it on. I don't want to get wet, but as you can see, it does adjust somehow, I'm sure. But you have your shower gel, shampoo, conditioner, and a little handle here, perhaps if you need some help standing up while showering. Very handy.
And
okay,
reach it out. Give me the mic. So my you don't shave your legs, right? Okay, I do. Turn around. See, there's a little bar. That's so you can put your foot up there while you shave your legs. And my lovely model is demonstrating that since I'm not in there. I'm sure you enjoyed that.
I'm starting to feel like a monkey. Okay.
This, by the way, this lotion right here smells amazing. I've used it a lot.
She used a lot of lotion, people. Another main feature to me that's really interesting is this tablet right here. So that's it, of course, Mom's demonstrated. That does turn out the lights of the bathroom. By the way, all these doors over here, like this one, are magnetic. So you let them go, and they'll magnetically close. They don't latch. So you have your nice little tablet here, and this controls everything. So it has the temperature there, which is in Celsius, which we had to figure out for ourselves. So that's not Fahrenheit, that's Celsius. It's not 23 degrees here. And then you have lights off, which is what they are now, half on, so mid. And then I'm going to put them full on right here. Boom. Really bright. Now you can see my face even better. And then, of course, you have the morning setting for when you just wake up. You want a little dim, I don't like bright light in my face in the morning. Movie, so really dim, because you're watching the movie. You have a few little lights up there on, a few over there. Evening, so just Sun's going down, it's getting dark, so it's getting a little brighter in here about that. And then of course you have sleep, which is the darkest setting, and you have just the night lights on. Really cool. But another cool feature is that this button here can close and open the blinds. So let's tap that, and as you can see, I'm nowhere near that, and the curtains are indeed drawing down. But we're not going to close them because we like the light in here right now, don't we?
We do. We like the light in here.
So that's pretty much going to do it for this one. Stay tuned, like my mom said, because there's some special extra tips in the after.
Hi everybody, we're back with those little tips and tricks that we've learned throughout our 7-night sailing. And I do want to tell you that this Celebrity Apex at this time is actually the most expensive cruise ship in the world.
$1.2 billion to be exact.
That is huge. All the technology, all of the amazing stuff in here, you're about to find out a little bit more when we add these extra things at the end of this room tour. This was also the first cruise post-COVID that didn't require masks.
And this was also the first cruise that they could serve drinks in the theater.
Because of the no mask rule, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. We really enjoyed this cruise. Tomorrow we actually have to get off the ship, but it won't be long before we're back on the ship again. Now follow along while we show you those little extra tidbits that you can only learn after you've stayed for a while in the stateroom.
So here we are at this table over here where the room service menu is at. So you open it up and you have a list of items from room service. Here we have breakfast, soup starters, blah blah blah, salads. Maybe you want something like that for lunch, but take this out to actually order. And you open it up and you can check off some items you want. So say I want a banana and some scrambled eggs. I put a check by scrambled eggs, put a check by banana, and then I order that. But you're not done yet. You also have to put your name here, your stateroom number, and what person ordered it. So then you get to pick which time it is delivered. So you can choose between 6 and 6:30, blah blah blah, and so on and so forth. But then you shut it, and you can see it has a hole through here, and you can hang it on the door handle for them to come pick up and deliver your food at that time. So now we're over here by this bathroom, and a feature that we noticed about halfway through the trip was that in here you have a little nightlight under there. Now you may be thinking, oh, well, that's kind of lame, it's just a little nightlight, but in the middle of the night when it's super dark, this is really handy because it lights up pretty much the whole bathroom. And when I come in here, I don't even have to turn on the big light because it's bright enough, so I don't have to like blind myself in the middle of the night. So now we're here at this top drawer at the same table as the room service, and if you open it on up, you see they have complimentary bags that you can take with you to the beach, maybe put some towels in there, or when you go shopping, or just whatever you need a bag for, as well as the complimentary masks, which mine's right here so you can see it. They're fancy, they're cloth, they're nice. They have little adjustable straps on the sides. Now we're back over here at the bed, and one more thing we want to show you is that your luggage can fit under the bed. So this is my full-size luggage. Fits right there under the bed, which is kind of standard for some of the newer ships, but it's extremely handy to be able to slip my luggage under there, keep the room looking nice, modern, and sleek.
One of the things I've really enjoyed on this cruise, and that I have to give compliments to Celebrity about, because a lot of cruise lines are not doing this anymore, is that they are still leaving daily paper schedules on your bed. Usually your schedule for the next day is on your bed for the following day, so you can review it that night, you can carry it around with you. We really like having these. They're like a little newspaper. If you're going to be stopping in a port of call, it tells you a little bit about excursions and what's in that port, but it has a full schedule for the entire day right on the back of each one of these. I like to use them for my trip and also keep them for a keepsake. You can see we've got a bunch of them here, because you can bring a highlighter with you or a colored pen And you can use that highlighter to, maybe you bring different colors of highlighters, and you can use those different color highlighters for what each family member wants to do. Each family member has a different color of highlighter, but you can highlight the things that you want to do on the daily activity. And to me, it makes it so much easier to plan. Even though the app is amazing, and in just a little bit, stay tuned because I'm going to give you a quick walk through that app. I'm going to do a screen recording and show you how that works. But I really liked having paper copies of every day's schedule with extra information in them. I don't need to go on and on, but things about food, operating hours of the restaurants, and things like that are all on those schedules. And today is day before departure, and you will get luggage tags. If you want to put your luggage out, you have to do so by 10 o'clock or before 10 o'clock at night. And then you make sure and keep everything you will need that day and the following morning with you, because you won't see your bags you put in the haul until the next day. You'll pick them up when you get off the cruise ship. The advantage to this is so that you don't have to wheel great big tons of bags around in the morning when you go to breakfast. You just carry off a small bag with what you need and pick up your bags in the cruise terminal, kind of like an airline. And then there is a final day thing that gives a little bit of information about leaving the ship and debarkation, and I won't show too much about that. All of this stuff changes every cruise, so make sure and look at yours when you get on board. And one of the things that I like about this room, I liked this little workstation and vanity. We showed it to you in the room tour video. I like the mirror, the way the mirror lights up. This was really, really nice to be able to sit here and put makeup on in the morning, as well as set up my laptop and work throughout the day. It was a great little workstation. But while we were cruising, we noticed something about this little workstation. Do you want to demonstrate?
You just got a fancy new pair of shoes, and you want to check out how they look with your outfit. You do have a full-length mirror here because this slides in.
Or if you want to make extra space in your room and you don't need that little vanity area, or you just want to see yourself full length with the lights, there is also a full-length mirror in the closet, which you probably saw earlier on our video, and if you didn't, it's there. There's a full-length mirror in the closet. But I thought that was very, very inventive and neat, how that rolls in over the top of the mini fridge.
That's right, and something I just realized, you still have a small section here. Maybe you could set your remote there or something.
I know, if you even need a remote anymore. And more on that in just a little bit. Stay tuned, and we're going to show you why you might not need a remote for your room anymore. All right, we are back to the infinite veranda that leaves us the ability to roll up and close off our veranda and turn it into a sunroom, as we talked about earlier. But one thing that we learned is if it starts raining, these veranda windows will automatically roll up, and from time to time the captain can choose to roll them up for you, because while you're in port they have little things that come by and clean the windows. They're little automatic cleaners. One more thing I wanted to add about this room, and it is considered a partially obstructed view room. So see, if I walk around this way, you can see all the way kind of to the front of the ship. You could lean out if you wanted to. Look, we're in Nassau, so you can see Atlantis up there in the corner. But if we walk around the other way, you can see that there's this little ledge that kind of sticks out, it juts out. So that's considered a partially obstructed view room. So I did want to add that for everybody to see. Easton is going to show you how you can operate your entire room from this new technology, fantastic Celebrity Cruise Line app. And this is why you may not even need your remote control anymore.
That's right. So open up my phone here. That's me with a monkey. And open up the Celebrity Cruise Line app. Once it's open, it tells you where you're at, blah, blah, blah. But that's not what we're talking about. You're going to go down here over to Stateroom. Click on that. And you have, first of all, a remote to control your TV. So I can turn it on. I can stream stuff from my phone to it. I can mute it. All the basic controls. Menu, return, channel, volume, blah, blah, blah. But to me, the cool part here is the room. So here you can see everything about your room. I can turn on the lights. I can turn them to 50%. And I can turn them off. All just from my phone. And of course you have the different scenes like we showed you earlier. That these are all just light settings again. Keep them off for now just because it is daytime, so we don't really need that. But more on the temperature, I can turn up and down the temperature right from my phone. So I can turn it down, up, blah blah blah. But you may be thinking, well, it's Celsius. What if I don't know what Celsius and Fahrenheit translate to each other? You can click Celsius here, and now it's Fahrenheit. So it's 74 degrees Fahrenheit. I can turn it to 73, 72, blah blah blah. Right, but another cool feature here is the blinds, which I can close just from the app. And open them. However, through the app, you can't pause them, so I can't close or open them halfway. I can only close and only open them.
And you know, the nice thing I think Easton liked about this app, and especially the temperature, was the fact that he likes it cooler and I like it warmer. So during the day I kept things a little bit warmer because I'm always cold on the ships. But at night when I got in bed and got under the covers and got warmed up and got snuggly, he liked to be able to turn the temperature down a little bit so we could sleep better with the temperature lower. And it was easy to do from his phone in bed without having to get up.
It was awesome.
All right, so the last thing I'm going to run through with you guys before cutting away is I'm going to do a screen recording of the app and show you how the entire app works really quickly, and I have faith in you that you can figure it out when you get on board. As promised, I'm going to show you around the Celebrity Cruise Line app that we have relied on heavily throughout this cruise, so you definitely need to download that app on your phone. The most important thing is the daily planner. You just, from the bottom, swipe up and it brings up the daily planner, and you can see at the very bottom it has day numbers. We're on day number 7 today and it's a port day. So as you scroll through it on the port days, a lot of it will mention shore excursions and things like that you can take in port. So you see a lot of shore excursions that are listed here, things like that. Okay, but let's go. Day 1 is boarding day, so a lot of tours and things like that are going on. Day 2 is a better feel for what you're going to see. This was a sea day, and you can scroll through this and you can mark your favorite things. So if there are things you want to do, photo opportunities around Apex, for example, we would click on that. Each thing you click on kind of explains it. If it's an event, let me find an event. Like this trivia, see, you can click on add to calendar and that will add it to your calendar. Let me show you what that does. On your daily planner, you'll see lots and lots and lots of stuff scheduled, but who wants to look through all that stuff? So you go through it, you add it to your calendar, and in the top here, you can click on the My Calendar tab, and that just shows the things that you have added to your calendar. So you don't have to weed through it all for your daily schedule. All right, that's probably the most important part, but you do have a safety briefing. This is something that you have to complete. When you board, you got to complete the drill, go through all of this when you first board. Everything is virtual now. You don't have to show up at a muster station. It's all done here online, and you go through all of this safety information. And then you have health information. The health information talks about healthy cruising, what they do to keep you safe and keep the ships clean, and what you need to do, and your boarding experiences, what medical services there are, and on and on. I know I'm going through this quickly. Your account is obviously going to show you what your bill is, what you've charged, what things you've attended, what you've purchased, things like that. You can keep track of your onboard account there. Dining. This is very handy and something else you'll use a lot. This shows all the dining on the ship. If you're hungry now, that we're on the Hungry Now tab, and it shows everything that is currently open. You can click on each thing to read a little bit more about it, if it's complimentary, if it's not complimentary. Usually coffees are not, unless you have the all-inclusive package that most people will book now. But at the top, we can go through the tab and we can look through all of the restaurants. And again, you can click on them to read more about them. To make a reservation, you would click on reserve there. And anyhow, click on all the information about each restaurant. Main dining here at the top. These are the main dining restaurants. There's 4 of them. None of those are an additional cost, and it shows you the hours for them. Bars and lounges. You can read through all the bars and lounges. Coffee and snacks. Everything is sorted. And room service. And it tells you about room service right there in the app. So, you know, food's important on a cruise, so you'll want to know and get familiar with that dining button at the bottom. There's a button that says vote. Voting is closed, but they had a show called Rockumentary, and everybody on the ship got to vote on the last number that they did up during the show. Stateroom. Easton already showed you guys that, but you click on stateroom and that's how you can control your television. We also realized on the room that under living room lights, there are over it next to the words, there's a button that says see all, and from there you can turn on and off ceiling light, ambient light, desk light, and target individual lights. But that's how you can control your room. And also there is a key. It's telling me right now it's not enabled, but there is a virtual key feature. You have to go through some steps. Easton had done it on his phone. I didn't set it up on this phone. I just was using my key card. But you have to take a picture of your passport and enter some personal information to prove who you are to set up the digital key feature. Then you can unlock your door with your phone and not have to carry your card around. But you know what? We have found that we've used the card more often than not because sometimes the app didn't work to open the door. So, all right. And I'm going to go back. I didn't cover and look at, because this is the last thing that I will bring up. And again, all your information's here. Sunset time, gangway down, gangway up. If you're in port, it tells you times, all of this. Everything is in the app. Oh, in the top right-hand corner, there are 3 little dots. That's your chat feature. You can connect with other cruisers on board, and you do not have to have Wi-Fi. You can use the ship's Wi-Fi complimentary to chat with other people. This feature, I think, works really well. It makes a text message sound. Easton just sent me a text that says example, and you saw it pop up. So I'm going to tap these 3 little dots. Now I have a message that says 1 on those 3 dots up in the top right. It just says I have 1 message, so I can click that. I can see that Easton sent me an example message and where we're chatting back and forth there. And that's how the chat feature works. I'm going to show you on the very bottom, back down to the very bottom, there's a boarding tab. We can click on boarding here. This is for boarding day only. You won't use it otherwise, but it tells you to bring your cruise documents, and then you continue to express pass. These are your boarding passes right here. If there's more than 1 person with you, there will be more than 1 boarding pass that you can swipe through, as you can see. This tells you what to bring. This is what they scan when you board the ship. One last important thing that comes in handy, although you can find your way around the ship pretty easily with the signs and all through the elevators, it's not hard to find what you want. If you go down to the very bottom where there's a little white line above the planner, you can swipe right. And it brings up, again, activities, entertainment, excursions. It brings up a whole new menu, events, games and competitions, sports and recreation, food and beverage. Everything is kind of sorted out. There's information on the spa, events, cosmetic treatments. There's information on fitness, services, shops, entertainment. We don't need to go through all that. You could do it when you get on board, but the most important thing is deck maps. And it's easy to miss because you're so focused down there on the bottom of the app. But if you have swiped that way and you see the ship in the middle of the screen like I'm looking at now, you can click on deck maps right in the middle there where it's kind of winking at me in green. And it will bring up the deck plans for every single floor where you can scroll through it. At the very bottom, you can choose whatever decks you want to look at. Deck 5, deck 7, shows room numbers, deck 10, all those would go up to deck 15. And we can see the amazing jogging track, which is like kind of 2 levels. It goes uphill, downhill, all around. You have to walk around the jogging track. Beautiful view and really unique. All right, now I got sidetracked talking about the jogging track. We are going to bring you more vlogs about this trip. in future episodes, so stay tuned while we talk about more of our experiences on board this beautiful ship. Thank you so much for joining us on our tour of our infinite veranda room on board the brand new Celebrity Apex. And in case I didn't mention it before, I can't remember, but this is room number 7158. And we're glad that you joined us. Stick around still all the way until the end. After the little outro, we want to show you some tips and tricks and things that we learned that's above and beyond our standard room tour as we sail on this fantastic cruise for 7 nights. If you would like complimentary concierge planning assistance for your next cruise and even some extra onboard credits from yours truly, look me up. My name is Melissa. You will find me at pixiedustadventures.com. Whether you book your trip through me or through another travel advisor, and no matter where you adventure or who you're with, I wish you pixie dust and wonderful memories that will last for the rest of your lifetime. Thank you for watching.